Welcome, welcome back to Jude's place. You'll have so much fun at Jude's place. Come on, sit right down, it's Jude's place.
Welcome to today's live from Jude's place. I'm alive. I am actually officially out of COVID. I'm out from underneath the COVID stone that really kicked my ass, whatever you want to call it, wherever you might be, whatever territory you might be in this world. Today is a very special live from Jude's place because let me put my coffee down. Yeah, it's Sunday. I have a coffee with me at all times. Today, I'm very pleased to give a warm welcome to our friends at JazzCorner. Woo! For the first time, I'm so thrilled to finally have these lovely people watching. So I'm saying a hello to you and enjoy. Welcome to Live from Jude's Place. Today's show is very much a retrospective, or rather, it's showing the evolution. It's going to be like a Jude's top Live from Jude's Place, and showing how it came out of FFS, ! For feck's sake. You know, I have to say that because otherwise Facebook will just implode. It'll just literally will explode with horror that a woman swears. Anywho, this is going to be today looking back at how this came to be, because I've been watching with the fabulous Matt Mindlin here at the helm. Yes, there he is, waving at me, waving at you. What the hell does this mean? But he's masked. I'm not. So we're protecting each other, blah, blah, blah. But we were just looking back at things over the last 2 years, this whole COVID experience, the pandemic experience. And I decided that there were absolutely count them, 3 highlights that kind of showed what we went through, what happened, what we got to do, how we managed to get through. And I mean we, you and I, all of us through this time together. And it started, as you remember, if you recall, with baby steps. I remember coming back from Australia, having played at the Sydney Opera House, and coming back and just thinking, oh God, because it was just like, that was it, March 20th, and it was the stop, it was the end. Pedro Segundo was trapped here with me, not a bad thing to be, but it all went to hell in a handbasket after that, and we were separated for a very long time. And so the first thing I did, if you recall, apart from the one camera pointing at myself, looking a little sort of amateur hour, but still, it managed to get me to connect with you. Thank the Lord. But one of the first things that we started doing and I started discovering was acapella, which I still think is an amazing app and an amazing tool where you can record, send it to your friend, they play, they send it back, you put it together, you mix it, you do it. And it really forced me to actually become a lot more of a technician than I was before that. I mean, I've always been a bit of a, audiophile, the mixer, the everything else, but now it actually made me do my own dirty work. And I have to learn skills. Damn it! I had to learn skills and be the badass that I really needed to be. A delicious badass. So that's what I did. And I can't believe, looking back, Matt and I were looking back at this first number one top pick of this period. When I actually recorded this song, Pedro's on it now, and then I send it to Bordeaux to the fabulous Dave Blenkhorn I've just been working with in Paris. Oh my God, what a thrill and a joy to actually be in the room playing with him for real. And in Bordeaux, he plays and it comes back, and then we send it over to Ken Webb, our fabulous editor. He puts it together and makes it into a Halloween thing, bar none. And it suddenly becomes the most artful thing imaginable. And I watched this and I felt so good and so proud. And I thank you all for being a part of this, being the impetus that I had to create and to keep creating on a, let's face it, twice a week, if you recall, Wednesdays and Sundays, to do this, to feel alive, to feel I had a purpose, for all of us to feel like there was a reason to get up and actually have a community and get together. And so I look at this and I just think, wow, this is incredible. It sounds incredible. It looks incredible. Let me share with you my first pick of the last couple of years. This is me and Pedro Segundo and Dave Blenkhorn doing what I think is a true, I can't wait to play this live, a really pretty ballsy version of one of my favorite songs, the classic, I Put a Spell on You.
Put a spell on you, baby, because you're mine. You better stop the things that you do. I ain't lying, no, I ain't lying. I just can't stand it, babe. Can't stand the way you're always running round, and I can't stand the way you always put me down. I put a spell on you, oh no, because you're mine. Put a spell on you, because you're mine. You have to stop the things that you do, baby. I ain't lying. Don't you know that I ain't lying? I can't stand it, baby. Put me down. Oh no, the way you were always running round. I put a spell on you, because you're mine, because you're mine, baby, because you're mine. I can't stand it, baby. I can't stand it, baby. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. No, I can't stand it, baby. Ooh, I can't stand it, baby. Whoa. Spell on you, because you're mine, all mine. You better stop the things that you do. I ain't lying, I ain't lying. I can't stand it, babe. Of the way that you always put me down, I put a spell on you, because you're mine. I put a spell on you, make you mine, 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 mine.
Oh, I just love. I love watching that. Having just been in Paris with those two wonderful gentlemen, I'm just so happy to see that and to hear it. It was pretty magical. You'd never believe that we weren't together. Of course, that was me with Pedro. It makes me laugh that Pedro and I were 6 feet away from each other a bit more, and we thought that would save us in some meaningful way. Although we were both negative, we knew that because we'd been in lockdown together. It also makes me hysterical that was us dressing up. I mean, because at that time, if you could get out of your if you could wear clothes, if you could actually put underwear on, you were doing well. Remember those times? Remember those times where actually putting a sock on was seen as being like slightly overdressed. So that was me trying to be dressed up, as opposed to this, which is pretty much me underdressing as I am today. I've always been a mad overdresser. So that is incredible to me. There was Pedro with his cap backwards, very prison chic. It all looks very, very low key, but really we were turning up the heat of attempting to actually wear clothes. So it just makes me laugh, and yet what a joy. And that remains one of my favorite things that I did live and recorded and did on a cappella. That was just a great moment that will always stay with me and always comes back to the place that I am, which is jazz and blues. It's soul. And this next song is very much about soul music. At the time, all of this was kicking off in 21, as we all know. It wasn't just COVID, was it? It was Trump. And which was worse? I can't tell anymore. I just don't know. But I think I do. And it's the latter. But it honestly, because you can get over COVID, can't you? Yeah. It was unbelievable every single day. And the reason I called the show For Feck's Sake is because every day I would say at least 100 times. I swear a lot anyway. I'm a Brit. What can I do? I've got the looks of I've got the accent of a classy woman and the mouth of a sailor. It's my favorite thing about me. Sailor whore. So that always makes me happy. But it was, what a year. It was COVID, it was Trump, it was Black Lives Matter, it was George Floyd being murdered, it was all these things. And it was the rise suddenly because of Trump of white supremacy. It wasn't the rise, it's always been there. Pick up any rock and you'll see it. In America, America is a very racist country, racially divided country. And we can see that now. It's not just about race, but as the religious right coming along, overturning Roe versus Wade. It's all the same. These are the same people. This is the same mindset, I'm afraid. And then we have of course, seeing what happened on January 5th. That all is a big part of what's going on right now that we are watching. What does that mean? Oh, 6. I said 5th, didn't I? Thank you, Matt. Thank you. He did this. He was doing this subtly to me. He did that subtly, and I went, what? What are you doing? What are you doing? I've got 6 minutes left. I'm not through COVID, obviously, yet. So, thanks, Matt. Thank you, darling. So, all of this, it's all a sign of these same people. These are these people. I wrote a song. I made an EP, as you all know. I think it was the Here and Now, and one of the songs from it, Those People, was very much about these white supremacists who hate everything and everyone that isn't like them, lives like them, looks like them. And the second highlight that I'm going to play to you today from 21, the first was 20, this is from 21. This is one of my favorite things ever. Finally, we were able to go back into the studio after having been on lockdown, if you all recall, for the longest time. It was possible to go to the studio. I went back to Dave's room, which is the place I recorded Rediscovered, Ebb and Flow, where else? What else? Somebody's Child, with a fabulous day, much missed, sadly lost, Dave Bianco. And so I managed to go in with my third musketeer. It's Pedro, me, and the third musketeer, of course, the incomparable Leland Sklar. And we went in and cut this song, and you're going to see this being as it was recorded. This is one of the takes. It was the most remarkable thing. And I really treasure this because I get to play with Leland Sklar, who is, an extraordinary. If you're a jazzer, then he has done jazz, he's done rock, he's done pop, he's done everything in between. He is a truly remarkable musician. And this is a very soulful song. This is a soul song. This is in the in kind of R&B world. But watching Leland play, watching this video, hearing Leland's musicality, his brilliance, his choices, his serving of the song, it's bar none. And so I'm sharing with you right now at Dave's room, live, Leland Sklar with me, performing Those People.
Do you think downtown is burning tonight? Makes you think, why did it take so long? We're on the brink. How many suns must go down, pinned to the ground? What did they think would happen? And in every bougie country club, every cracker barrel talking hushed tones, so the busboys won't hear Connie telling Carol. Those people scare me. Those people dare me to feel so guilty, but that's ancient history. It's time to get over that chip on your shoulder, 'cause we love Oprah, don't we? Don't we? So will it change? And the powers who are to blame, when every Floyd who shames them, when everyone they frame unveils them, well, when we are distracted by the looting kind, who undermine the larger crime. And in every bougie country club, every cracker barrel talking hushed tones, so the busboys won't hear Connie telling Carol. Those people scare me. Those people dare me to feel guilty. Well, that's ancient history. It's time to get over that chip on your shoulder, 'cause we love Oprah, don't we? And in every bougie country club, every cracker barrel talking hushed tones, so the busboys won't hear Connie telling Carol. Those people scare me. Ooh, those people dare me to feel guilty, but that's ancient history. 'Cause it's time to get over that chip on their shoulder, 'cause we all love Oprah, don't we? Don't we? What do you think? Downtown is burning tonight. Why did it take so long?
Man, isn't he a marvel? I mean, he's extraordinary. What a man. What a player. He told me, speaking of jazz, you JazzCorner friends joining today, Leland played a lot with Billy Cobham. I would have loved to have seen that live. I mean, really, wow. Right now he's on the road with La Love It Big Band, which is a strange kind of crossover. It's like a Texan swing, but it's so jazzy. It's fantastic. It is just absolutely a delight. So it's him and Russ Kunkel are together for that. It's extraordinary big band. So that's where Leland is right now. I miss him desperately, but my gosh, watching that, I feel so fortunate to play with all the wonderful people that I play with. They're all my gentlemen callers, and this is where we come along now to the actual creating of the gentlemen callers, of Lady J. Yes. Of, as David Torkanowski describes me, a great bunch of girls, which is really who I am. So when it opened up and we could travel again, we got back down to our full-time American home that's in New Orleans. And unlike anywhere else, it was possible to actually perform because there were porch shows, there were street shows. It's a very outdoor environment, and people get used to playing outside. That's really what New Orleans is all about. It's street music. And so I actually got to play again. Thank the Lord, I say it again. And what that led to was me really diving into, I've lived there for a long time, but I've never really been consumed by or entered in fully into the jazz gumbo that there is down there, into the real heady, weighty soup of jazz players. And I got to do that. And then I got to actually stand up. I have legs. I do have legs. I know it seems like I'm just sitting here with that legless piano player, but I have legs. And so I actually stood up, invited David Torkanowski, who's been a long-time friend and is just a remarkable pianist, and obviously Pedro Segundo, who by then had decided he wanted to live there, because why wouldn't you? That's where the scene is. It's there, believe me. And an extraordinary group of players actually got to play at my house, at my home, everywhere else besides, to do gigs, to do the thing that I've wanted to do since I was a kid and first heard the jazz and blues players, especially women, who I had fallen in love with and who had such an effect upon me. So this was the beginning of this new, completely jazz journey that I went on that ended up in creating the new album that's coming out later this year, Come On and Get It. And so number 3 choice is one of my favorite recordings that we did live of me and the gentlemen callers. That is, of course, David Torkanowski, Pedro Segundo, Kevin Lewis on cornet. Absolutely, indescribably brilliant. A real, the kind of heart and soul of this project. And the wonderful Grayson Brokamp on double bass. This is a song that was made very famous by Frank Sinatra, and who I decided, the song I decided had to be turned around so it was a woman talking about her very, very, very thin boyfriend. And this is the fabulous My Lean Baby.
My lean baby, tall and thin, 5 feet 11 of bones and skin. But when he tells me maybe he loves me, he's just as mellow as a fellow can be. He's so skinny, he's so drawn. When he stands sideways, you'd think he's gone. But when he calls me baby, I feel fine to think he's frantically, romantically mine. He's slender, but he's tender. He makes my heart surrender. And every night when I hold him tight, the feeling is nice. My arms can go round twice. And my lean baby, He's so slim, a broomstick's wider, but not as trim. And when he starts to kiss me, then I know I love him so I'll never ever let him go. Marlene, baby, tall and thin, 5'11" of bones and skin. When he tells me maybe he loves me, he's just as mellow as a fellow can be. He's so skinny, he's so drawn. When he stands sideways, you think he's gone. But when he calls me baby, I feel fine to think he's frantically, romantically mine. He's slender, but he's tender. He makes my heart surrender. And every night when I hold him tight, the feeling is nice, my arms can go around twice. And Marlene, baby, he's so slim, a broomstick's wider but not as trim. When he cards to kiss me, then I know I love him so I'll never ever let him go. Da da do do da da do da 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 do da da and da 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 do do ba da do ba da do ba da do da do bum da do do ba da do ba da do da 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 ba da do ba da ba do da do ba do da do. Da ba ba do ba da do ba da da ba da da ba da do ba do ba do ba do do.
And that was the beginning of it. You see, I had hit a wall with COVID finally after doing all those shows and being ahead of the curve and not having gone down the sinker. I suddenly became unbelievably depressed. Who didn't? And of course, I turned to the thing that I always turn to, which is music, which is joy, which is these women that made me happy as a kid and brought me out the music I've listened my whole life. And that's why Lady J and the Gentlemen Callers were born in New Orleans. Where else could it be born? So you see, then it transitioned into Live from Jude's Place. It seemed like the right thing to do, the place to be. And it's been that with a little bit of, for feck's sake, it's Live from Jude's Place. That's the way I marry them together, as you understand. Well, I have to say that having just been in Paris with these marvelous gents, I will be back again in September, as I will in London, as I will in October in America. I cannot wait to actually get to do that live. And this brings me to exciting news, not just the JazzCorner new friends joining, but that this show is going to go back to being Wednesday as it was originally, a couple of hours later, so that we can actually build more on the American, South American, Australian market as well. So it's going to be starting this Wednesday. It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's exciting. I can't wait. Let's see how we do at this new time, but let's give it a go. It feels right, starting now. Now, don't worry, top fans, my darling top fans who've stayed with me through thick and thin. We're still going to have some forums with you and me together, chatting, catching up. I'll let you know when those are. And if you DM me right now on Instagram, I am going to be sending you a CD of the new album when it comes out, the second it comes out, before it comes out, just for you alone, signed from me with a big thank you. But this is not the end, my friends. We will be reunited along the way, and we'll keep doing things together just for top fans who, you know, I love you so much. You know that. So now, in this crazy little world, I have to say, I hope you've enjoyed my 3 top picks. It's like Desert Island Discs. If you're American, you don't know what that is. But Desert Island Discs for just me, for me, around me. Isn't that right, Matt? Yes. Yeah, of course. Well, these are my 3. These are my 3 top picks for now. For now, there'll be others. But they kind of sum up how the last few years have been. I want to thank you for spending a little bit of the last maybe Sunday of that we'll be spending together for a bit. You never know. But thank you so much for spending this half hour with me, having fun with me, letting me rant on and watch these extraordinary musicians who I've had the pleasure of playing with over the last couple of years. These videos, it's just been an absolute joy. And I thank you, I thank them, I thank everybody for just like hanging on in there. You know, it's not done yet. It's not done with this. Don't be fooled, as you know. I've just been through this myself. Be very careful out there. Wear your masks. Let's hope that masks, you're going to hate me in Britain. I want them to come back. I want everyone wearing them. We should be. This is craziness. But don't get me started. Don't get me started. It is running amok. Thank you, Matt Mindlin, for once again always being he beautifies me up the wazoo. You know, I don't know what that means, but it's great. So, again, see you Wednesday for a brand new time slot of Live from Jude's Place. If you've just joined me, JazzCorner fans, it's a pleasure to see you. Welcome, my new friends. I will see you Wednesday. Until then, take care. This has been me, Judith Owen, saying goodbye from Live at Jude's Place.